Wait. Hi. Wait. I forgot to do my vocal exercises. Whoops. My bad. My bad. It feels like a really abrupt change from where we were before being the, what's it called? And where we are now. Maybe because I need to turn down this a little bit to make it a little quieter. I don't know, bro. I haven't streamed in like 2 months, so I really wanted to come back, even though I'm busy and I have stuff to do. Because the longer I stay away, the more anxious I'll become. And I'm like, oh, I want to come back to stream, but do I really want to do it? Man. So now I'm back. Yippee! I have no plans. Wait, I do have a plan. I'm a liar. I'm gonna get some work done. I have a few things that I need to do. Let me see. I have a tutorial to knock out, and you guys are gonna be able to hear it. So I'm probably, honestly, I might kind of screen share the tutorial as well. And 9 times out of 10, I probably won't. I probably won't upload the. Well, I will upload the VOD to YouTube, but I'm going to unlist it. Excuse me, because I don't want it to. I don't want it to pop up on stuff. Like I don't want there to be a video of me following a tutorial, and with footage of the tutorial. It feels like stealing. It feels like I'm stealing or something. So I don't want to do that. Let me just make sure. So I'm here. I have the tutorial ready. Actually, I'm gonna set some stuff up, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna talk about things that have changed since 2 months ago. Because I think it's actually not a whole lot, but it is a little bit of things. I'm still in school. I'm still in school. I think we're in a new semester, relatively speaking. So that's one thing. I'm gonna change the music. And I'm actually on the tail end, or basically at the end of my classes that I'm taking right now, which is fun. So I'm in my finals era, and it's not going well. which is kind of contributing to my inability to stream, because my what's it called? What am I thinking about? What am I thinking about? Ooh, dang it. I really forgot. Wow. Inability to stream. Oh, my time management is bad. So it's like absolutely abysmal. So it's hard to like kind of carve out time to stream, because I'm like, oh, I gotta do my homework, or I gotta be taking care of other responsibilities, or I gotta be doing my homework, or maybe I should be sleeping right now. Oh, I guess I should eat. I don't know, man. Like it's kind of like it's kind of all over the place, just a little bit. Oops, I muted it. So it's been really hard to carve out time to stream specifically, which is fine. I think I wouldn't say that I have a huge responsibility to stream, but it kind of depends on why I'm streaming, which since I wanted to stream so that I could I started streaming in order to help my productivity or in order to be like playing games and stuff that I would use as inspiration. It's just like it kind of felt like I was going nowhere with everything, which sucked. Which is, I guess, part of the reason why I like forced myself to stream today, because it's like, even I think it's partially because I've been watching Mordecai, MDXCAI. I've been watching him a lot more often than usual. I'm pretty sure he streams today, actually, or he's supposed to stream today. He's been streaming on Fridays recently. But something that he kind of seemed to have gotten a lot out of streaming this, just his work process. And I was thinking that it might not be for me specifically, because it's so hard to focus on stream, or it's so hard to focus in general. So I was like kind of self-conscious about it. But given my current situation, it wouldn't hurt to try again. For sure. Which is why I'm streaming my work process again today. Additionally, actually probably one of the biggest things anybody who's watching live would notice is that this is a drastically different time from when I would usually stream. Usually for me it would be later in the night. So for like North America it would be kind of like late afternoon, not even late afternoon, probably like early evening, late evening time, because I was specifically trying to work around the time where people in my house are asleep or just not like active. But I was running into a little bit of a problem where I didn't really feel like going down to my computer. And also, since my computer was in the basement and my grandmother is the one who kind of lives in the basement for the most part, I couldn't predict when she was going to be doing things. So sometimes she would be out and about and then she'd come home kind of late and she'd be like talking and stuff, and I wouldn't be rocking with that while I was streaming. I know that happened the last time I streamed, or one of the last time that I streamed, which is fine, because I literally could just like ask her, like I could be like, hey, what's up, you know, when are you gonna be home, when are you gonna be leaving? I could just ask her questions. So it's kind of a skill issue on my part. But it's not just like her who's unpredictable. I'm a bit unpredictable too. So I can't even be like, okay, I'm gonna do this on this day, so I need to know what's going on this day so I can plan ahead type thing. I'm just like, oh, I feel like streaming, and then I come down and stream. So it wasn't really working out for me, being unpredictable and then her also being unpredictable. And then, more importantly, I was also trying to stay on top of my sleep schedule. So if I didn't, like if there was a day where I wanted to stream, but I ended up, basically I was like, oh, let me get this stuff done before I hop on it. Then it would become, it would be 9 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, this would probably be a decent time to stream. Then it's 10 o'clock, and it's like, oh, whoops, I kind of ran out of time. I kind of ran out of time to stream. Whoops. And because I did that, I would keep running out of time. Like I basically couldn't stream, because if I streamed at that point, I would be 100% sacrificing my sleep without a doubt. And I couldn't do that to myself. I couldn't. Which, I guess, like, in my head, I'm like, what does it matter? Why am I talking about this? Just to build up time, or not build up time, just to take up space, I guess. It would be important if I was a little bit more, like, further in on this, in for lack of a better term. But since it's kind of like, I'm still kind of feeling out everything, it's more of a learning. Is it a learning experience? A part of me feels like I'm like coming up with excuses, but that's it's only half. It's only half. Let's see. So I had school. I already said that. My computer was downstairs, which now it's upstairs. Now my computer is inside of my room, which gives me a super narrow window, another very narrow window of time to stream. If I want to be doing it at a time where nobody's in the house or nobody is likely to disturb me in some way, shape, or form. Which is why I kind of started, like, for me right now, streaming, it felt so abrupt coming into it. Because I feel like I wasn't ready, but I was like, I have to do it. I have to. Ooh. I hope my music isn't too loud. I need to keep OBS open so I can see it. I don't think it's that bad. Wait, okay. I feel like I should have been making a list. So I had school. I had school. Computer was downstairs. Ooh. Try to stream at night. And then I also had a job. Did I have a job? I don't have one now. But I also had a job. Employed, I guess. And none of that really matters. None of that, like, it matters to me, but it's all in the I still have school, but otherwise it's kind of all in the past in a way. I meant to listen to this song next, and then the one after. Okay. Yeah, none of that really matters. Like, it matters to me, but I think to an audience, that's kind of like, okay, whatever. Either that, or it's like, oh, I wonder why that person isn't streaming much. And then you get your little explanation, and you're like, oh, okay, now I understand. Or you could have pushed past that, man. You could have, like, just manage your time better, dog. Kind of just shrugging my shoulders. What matters more, I think, is my new commitment, along with all this new stuff that we have. As you can see, I have a new VTuber. I have a new tuber made by Niorin. Cause I didn't want, I don't know, since I had his art as the original tuber, even though I don't even think it was supposed to, I think I was originally gonna order one from somebody else just because I didn't want to like burden him with that workload. But I was like, but I just can't imagine Mariana in somebody else's style. So I asked this new Mariana to pretty please be in his style, and he did deliver. He delivered last week. And I was planning to stream last week, which is another reason why I was like, I have to stream this week. Like, I have to just get over it and do it, because I wanted to do it. I should do it. I had to sneeze. Sorry, that was loud. I know that was loud. I'm so sorry. What? I had another song. I don't think that tea had caffeine in it. I'm just nervous. So nervous. Okay, I felt like I had to burp. I don't. I'm okay. Sorry, I can't focus. I'm like queuing up other like music and stuff to listen to instead of paying attention. Okay, my new commitment. That's important. Also, wait. So we have a new tuber from Niorin. Everyone say thank you, Niorin. In your heads. And then we have backgrounds and overlays by an artist called maGmel. maGmel, maybe. I don't know. On Booth. They should be. Let me check my Twitch thing right now, because I actually don't know. I have no idea if I credited them in there. I know on the YouTube upload, they will be credited, but oh no, that's not Twitch, that's Twitter. Excuse me. My bad. Let's see, Twitch. Let me open this on my other monitor. And channel. Oh, that's me. I forgot. I forgot that you can knock on people's streams. It's so silly. Okay, credits. Okay, I need to edit it because my overlays are different. Let's see. Mariana, YouTube, Mariana. And if I can look at YouTube Studio, then I can check out my last one. Content. This one. Okay. So overlay graphics are by maGmel, which I will add their information on my about now, or as soon as possible. Character design overlaid by Numio. Numio is great. Thank you, Numio. Oh, but thank you, maGmel, too. I don't really use Stream Cafe's music as of late, so I think I'll probably remove that too. So we're not even listening to them right now. We're listening to some other people who I should mention. The first song, well, the first music that we listened to was from a playlist. I actually wouldn't be able to exactly identify what we were listening to, but I can give you the rest of these songs. Maybe later. Or maybe, I don't know, I might not credit every individual song, only because it's a bit difficult. I think I'm a bit lazy. I'll get better. Okay. And then we have a new chat widget as well, by Proller on Twitter. I believe they made the Squonk, SQONK chat, I think. Okay, so we have character design and model by Niorin on Twitter, Niorin on Twitter. Graphics by maGmel, which is this like background that we have behind me right now. On the gaming scene, it's also this overlay. The background too. It's like the background and the part that says like comment, and let me see if I can do the thing. Display capture, do that. Is this okay? So cut that out. Okay, so this background, this is by maGmel. And this is also by maGmel. They were actually they were free on Booth, which I think the way that maGmel has it, they release some things for free, or not they release some things for free, but they'll release like these overlays for free, and then if you want to pay for it, you can get a version that's like cut up into different pieces, which allows for a bit more customization for how it appears on your screen. I promise I would have, well, not I promise, because I don't have to promise you, but when I get the chance, I definitely want to like actually buy stuff from them, because I really like it. I really like it. Let me, and then I found out that they also made something for Mogu Ghost. I'm gonna have full screen. Display activity, display capture. Display capture. Okay, that's just so small. Okay, so this is the background that maGmel made for Mogu, which it looks absolutely lovely. I don't watch Mogu, I've just kind of heard of her. I do mean to watch her though, not that it really matters. I kind of just haven't gotten the chance. This is absolutely beautiful. I love their style for sure. I think that's it for the credits for the general credits because I don't have the music credits, unfortunately. Hopefully one day I can implement something like a music player, but I don't know exactly how I'd set it up. Some people have like a specific set of songs that they use, songs that are less likely to get them bonked. Like I had the Stream Cafe music. I still have it saved. Let me check. I have it downloaded on Apple Music so I could stream it a little bit. Is it Stream Cafe? Yeah. So I have the Stream Cafe like Boy Meets Girl. Those ones are like free to use with credit. Probably for like non-commercial stuff. Some people use video game like OSTs, since we're playing the video games on the like on stream, and it's generally allowed. Like they're not gonna really like you're not gonna get flagged for using video game music, as it's not as likely that you're gonna get flagged for like a video game OST. But I'm using like VTuber covers and a song by Still Woozy as background music right now. So I don't know if I'll be able to like keep listening to this music or like the music that I listen to on a regular basis, and just have like little credits for it. I don't know if I could do that. It'd be nice too. Okay. I need like a little second. I need to stop talking for like 2 seconds. Oh, actually, while I'm not talking for like 2 seconds, look at my BRB. Niorin made this too. Niorin made this and the like starting soon graphic as well. It's been 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna do a really quick stretch and then I'll talk about commitments. Yeah, it's gunk. I love gunk. I'm gonna stretch or something real quick. I need to find music. And then I'll be back. And I'll talk about commitments or something, like what I want to do next, what I'm gonna try to do. And then I'll get to work. Yes.
緒じゃない心配しないでもう一緒じゃない適当な言葉をくれないで動かぬ日々を揺さぶり無意味な怒りぶつけるいつもと同じ川沿いに向かって息を切らして歩くもう一緒じゃない隣に座ってもう一緒じゃないもう一緒じゃない心配させてねもう一度だけ帰りの時間は何時だろう弱くはないよと言い聞かせ強がりな態度で立ち尽くす前を向いているだけ前を向いているだけもう一緒じゃないもう一緒じゃないもう一緒じゃない前を向けるからもう一緒じゃない体に染みついた愛で
Okay, I'm back. I forgot that I'm sick. Oh, I'm so sick. I'm not that sick. I'm okay. I think this is not another reason, but it was a reason why I almost didn't stream today. Cause I didn't think I'd be feeling up to it. And honestly, I feel like I might not be feeling up to it. But it's okay. It's a-okay. Because I'm not gonna die or anything. I'll be okay. Alright. So the credits are done. I don't know. I feel like I should get rid of this Glasses Kid one. But maybe it is fine. It's fine. Okay. Let me get rid of that. I don't need this open. I don't want to put too many. I don't want too many tabs to be open. I should have made a note. Alright. So commitments in general. For sure, I will be streaming during the day now instead of at night. Because it's, you know, it's the best time that works for me. I don't have a specific time frame. It could be late morning, earlier afternoon type beat. My cutoff time is like 2:30 p.m. EST. I don't think I can stream longer than that. Or like if it's 2:30, then I'm like, oh, I gotta go. So now I need to make a note. Sorry. Streaming during the day. And then I will not be streaming during the weekends. At all. So there's that. I'm a morning, early afternoon streamer. Crazy. Actually, I could make a note on OBS. I might do that. I have to sneeze. Sorry. Try not to do that in the mic. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Add a new text. I still need to remember not to do that. Okay. My bad. Commitments. Sure. Early morning. No, not early morning. Late morning. Late morning. Early afternoon streamer. I'll put an outline. Outline is going to be black. Excuse me. Oh, and I need to make it smaller. Select font. Okay. Oh, it's so small. What happened? Or is it big? What happened? $200. Okay, is it all the way up there? Where did my text go? What happened to my text? Oops, that's me. Okay. If I select the font, change it to 70 now. Okay. There we go. I don't know where to put this. I'll go here. Sure. Sure. Okay. I should make the outline bigger. Maybe. A little thicker. I'll change it to 5. Okay. So early morning, late morning, early afternoon streamer. What else? I am going to... We're gonna try... Well, today's gonna be the first day I'm trying to do work on stream. So we'll see if it goes well, or if I want to keep doing it. Maybe do work on stream again. Maybe. This one is because I'll do co-work streams. Co-work streams. Asterisks. Yes. Cause it's like a maybe. It's a maybe thing. I've been watching a lot of co-working people or people who do co-work streams. And I've been enjoying them a lot. What else? Maybe I should properly plan one stream a week. Probably. At least one stream a week. At least from now on, because I think there's gonna be probably until the summer, because I was saying earlier that I try to stream on during times where people are gonna be out or try to stream at a time where people are going to be out and about and not in the house, and during the summer I will have a lot less, like I'll either have a lot less opportunities or I'll have absolutely zero opportunities, or my stream time will have to change. So maybe I should make this whole thing a like, this is the plan until summer hits type thing, or until something else changes. So like this week I'm doing a stream, and then next week I'll try to do another stream where I either work or I play a game, but probably work. No, I could play. I think I'm more likely to play a game next week. And then we'll try at least one stream a week, maybe. Asterisks. This is what I want to do. Because the point of streaming was to help me stay on top of doing certain things, such as like game development related work, or at least making sure that I was like feeding my muse so that I would be inspired enough to do game dev stuff. And I feel like by not doing that stuff, I've been really suffering for it. So we're gonna give it another go. We're gonna give it our best shot. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. I might also try to loosen up and allow myself to stream even at times where like there are a lot of people in the house, because maybe it won't be that big of a deal. Maybe. I'll think about it. I don't know. This is what we're gonna aim for, but I'm not gonna post it anywhere else. I'm just making a commitment here. And probably either outside of the stream, or I'll do it today. I'll actually think about what this will look like for me. Or I'll try to come up with like a proper goal or something. That sounds like a plan. Maybe later today, coming up with a proper goal and then making a set of like steps to achieve it, which may or may not include like streaming every week type thing. My brain's all over the place, but I have to forgive myself for that because I know it's gonna be okay. I'll be okay. Doing this today so I don't do this next week, or I'm being all over the place today so that I'm not all over the place next week, or something like that. I'm using a lot of energy just to... I think it's because I'm so nervous. I'm not used to it, so I'm like super nervous. But I can't keep stalling. I have work to do. So let me make my little list. So I need to... This is a list that I'm making just like on our dry erase board. I need to do this tutorial, which I think I'll screen share the tutorial as well. Just want to chat, watching something. Probably window capture. That's what I wish I could. I wish I could crop it or something. So this is going to go underneath the video player. Cool. Cool. Move that here. Move this here. Alright. Sure. Okay. Something like that. Something like that. Just so you can see it a little bit. But you don't really need to see it. A lot of it. It'll be fine. Okay. So this is one of the things that's on my main to-do list. I gotta do the Godot tutorial So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And then I'm actually supposed to work on some narrative stuff today. But who knows? Okay. Godot tutorial. I'm only supposed to get past. So right now it's in setting up the play system, how we should approach it. Starting the play system code was shooting the ball. Okay. So just until about the 131, 1 hour and 31 minutes into it. So until 1 hour 31 minutes, 131 26. Okay. And then I'm supposed to do some narrative stuff as well. Narrative stuff. RPS Hero's Journey, maybe. And then I also have 2 career research projects to do. Or well. But I might get distracted on a bunch of like smaller side quests or something. Who knows? Okay, I think we're ready to start doing work. Just about. Oh, this playlist is pretty long, so I think we have this. It'll be cool doing this. Whew. Alright, I'm ready.
All right, so we're actually at a very important checkpoint inside of our project, because right now...
Oh, I need a review. Wait. What was the last thing that we did? Note of a scene is recommended not to be transformed, since instances of the scene will usually override this. Set the transform, reload the scene to remove the warning. Reset. The root node. So did I transform the root? No. Okay. Okay, sure. We'll just leave it there for now. I'm pretty sure the last thing I was doing was working on the script, which was the texture stuff. Okay. So if I put the yellow thing in there and I run it, it's a yellow ball. Okay, so we figured out the texture thing, I think. If I open it in 3D, then it's gonna be a white ball, but if I open it in the project, then it's going to be whatever color I put it is. Okay. And how does this happen? So this is export variable texture 2D. So this makes an option in the menu. I think if we export a variable, then it creates an option in the menu so that it shows up. So that's why we have a thing called texture over here. And then it takes a texture 2D node thing. What is this? Texture 2D, texture for 2D and 3D. Texture works by registering an image in the video hardware, which can be used in 3D. Models or 2D sprite. Okay. So basically it takes a picture file of sorts and we'll turn it into a texture. Possibly. So that makes it easily accessible. And then on ready, which is the start of the program. Yeah, at the beginning of the program's runtime. New material. So we're making a new variable which is equal to standard material 3D. Dot new. So we're creating a new instance of the standard material 3D, whatever that is. Defines a variable creating a separate material ref with each ball object. New material dot albedo texture. So I know that's an option within here. Maybe not within the ball, but if we went to the ball, where is it? Oh, it's in the collision? No, it's in the mesh. Right. No. Skeleton. Surface material. Geometry. Layer sorting, transform visibility process. It's definitely not the collision shape. Skeleton surface material override. No. Maybe it did. No. I was supposed to use Godot last week, but I didn't because I got everything mixed up. So I'm trying to figure out how this works. Oh wait, it's here. Okay. Oh, I see. So So standard material 3D. Oh, okay, I see. So we create a variable, which is new material, which is equal to this, a new instance of this, whatever this is. And then we do new material dot albedo texture. So this is standard. This is a new standard material 3D. Albedo texture, because if I go into the thingy here, I can change the albedo. And then it's gonna equal the value that we put in, or the whatever we put in the texture thing in the menu. Okay, and then ball mesh. I don't know what the $sign means. I don't think I can investigate it either, but that's okay. But it will override the material is whatever this is. Or something. Okay, I understand. So we changed the value of the standard material 3D instance to texture. And then we changed the... Okay. So the thing that I forget, the thing that we're changing always comes first. Okay, it makes as much sense as it needs to for me right now. I couldn't explain it to someone else, but I know it makes sense. And I think that's all I did yesterday. Okay. So now we're in the next part of the tutorial.
Okay, we got a couple balls. Let's get rid of one of these balls. There's too many balls. No, let's keep them. I like them. I like ketchup and mustard. This is a really important part in, like, we're an hour and 10 minutes, I think, into this tutorial, and we're talking about our first big code architecture decision. Okay, because we want to be able to play this game right. We want to be able to hit this ball, right? So you're now starting to talk about taking an input. Now you're talking about there being systems where you are having the player interact with the world. And that's your first kind of big code architecture decision, which is how does the player interact with the world, and how do you structure that in the code? How do you structure that in the node in the code, the codey nodey. All right. So there's so many ways that there's so many different ways to do it, but here's the problem, because a big decision like this very quickly like snowballs into like all the rest of our code architecture decisions. It kind of all revolves around this kind of major big decision up front. Now, not all decisions are big. This one's a pretty big decision, and this one's not a decision we can refactor very quickly if we kind of go one path and start, you know, doing everything around it. So no pressure. No pressure at all. Okay, so like, what's one way we can do it? Well, I guess like we can try to do separation of concerns. This idea that, okay, well, the balls handle themselves, and the cue stick should handle itself, and then the controllers of the controller of the player is like different, and then the camera for the players, everything handles its own self with its own script. Okay, that's not a very good employment of separation of.
Hold on.
The balls handle themselves if we kind of go one path and start, you know, doing everything around it. So no pressure. No pressure at all. Okay, so like, what's one way we can do it? Well, I guess like we can try to do separation of concerns. This idea that, okay, well, the balls handle themselves.
So separation of concerns in this instance would be giving everything individual scripts. Sounds like it'd be weird. Or not, it would be weird. I guess it would work for some projects, right? But maybe not efficient, not for efficiency's sake. Might be kind of hard to keep track of too, because if you put like I feel like sometimes if you try to break something down into too many categories, it it gets even more confusing. Like you're trying to be organized, but sometimes you don't know exactly what belongs in what category. Ooh, my bad. So I see why you wouldn't want to go with that approach. Cause what if it comes to something that if we're doing in this example, if it comes to something that's like an interaction between two systems, it might be kind of difficult to put it together because it's like, well, which script should handle the bulk of the process, possibly. And then you probably also have multiple scripts that are like constantly checking to see if they're interacting with each other as well, which can probably, I feel like that might be a lot resource wise. I forgot to play the video, by the way, my bad. It's because I'm playing the other video, so I got confused. Okay, I see what he means.
Cells, and the cue stick should handle itself, and then the controllers of the controller of the player is like different, and then the camera for the players, everything handles its own self with its own script. Okay, that's not a very good employment of separation of concerns, because it's the system itself that is its own separate concern. Okay, so what I mean by that is, and a good way to kind of think of this is like, if we have some kind of player or some kind of object, like the ball, right? What are things that are always associated with balls? They always have a mesh, they always have a shape. Why would you separate that out? They're all just part of ball. Like, don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of this little like ball mesh thing, because it's those systems, like this mesh should be perfectly coupled to the ball. And you can even kind of like flaunt anyone who says otherwise by using a direct reference to the child inside of the parent script, the script on the parent node. That's totally fine. And similarly, when you are kind of making these decisions, you can kind of think of it in terms of like, okay, is this component of this system always part of this system? And secondly, is this component ever part of a different system? If the answer is yes, it's always part of the system, and no, it's never part of a different system, that's a huge green flag. Is that a thing? Is there like a green flag? I guess it depends on what part of the world you are. Like a red flag could be a good thing, right? Well, a green flag being a green light, a good light, I guess some parts of the world they use blue lights. Anyways, whatever. It's a good flag that says it's fine. It's probably fine for it to be coupled into that system because it's always there and it's never part of something else. And so similarly, okay, a player, like what does a player always have? Well, a player always like has to deal with the cue ball. The cue ball has nothing to do, like the cue ball is always what the player has to interact with. The player is not supposed to, like, this is again the rules of pool. The player should only hit the cue ball, should not hit any other ball. Okay, cool. So maybe the cue ball should just be part of the play system of the game. The cue stick, you're always going to interact with the ball with a cue stick. Not always, I guess you kind of pick up the ball and move it around, but the cue stick always has to do with the player, right? So generally speaking, in this case, it's like, well, maybe the cue stick and the ball should be part of the same system, okay? The same central system that handles all of the playing specific, nodes, and that can be all handled through that play system. So that's one way to think of it. Like, let's create a play system that handles all our play specific nodes. But you might be like, okay, well, what about, should it be like a player node? Should we create a node called player? Because that's like a common thing. We create a node called player. Well, hold on to our horses for 1 second, because even though Pool is a multiplayer game, it's a turn-based multiplayer game. Only one person is playing at a time, right? So you could share the same cue stick, and you certainly are sharing the same cue ball. You only have one cue ball, right? And you can share the same cue stick, and you share the same camera because it's turn-based, right? So instead of creating like a different player node for each player, there could even be like 3 players. That doesn't matter. They can just share the same nodes, right? And if you think about it, what are the actual like discernible, like relevant differences between players? Well, in the simplest form, like the only difference really is that like one player is solids and one of them is stripes, like whose turn it is, like, you know what I mean? It's just like some very basic kind of values. There's not really anything else that's very different about the player. You might be like, well, later you might have like an avatar for your player. Maybe you have like custom stick textures or something. Well, that's fine. That's very possible. That will end up happening. But even in that type of situation, it's still useful to have a play system that handles the playing behavior of the game, including what happens with the cue stick, what happens with the ball. And you can always remove as a separate system like a player account, which has like its avatar, which has like, you know, the cue sticks and all the junk that it has associated with it. And that can be a separate system that barely talks with the play system. It doesn't need to communicate very much with the play system, right? Because the play system should only care about how the game, not how the game works, but just how the game interacts with the player. So that's what we're gonna.
Wait, okay. I need to take notes. I'm gonna go back and then take notes. This is I hope it's not too insufferable. Hold on.
You're always gonna interact with the ball with a cue stick. Not all the game like has to deal with it. That says it's fine. It's probably fine for it to be coupled into that player.
Actually, maybe I should have just paused it and then think about it.
Player does you only have one cue ball that barely talks with the play system. It doesn't need to communicate very much with the play system, right? Because the play system should only care about how the game, not how the game works, but just how the game interacts with the player. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so that's what we're gonna. Let's go ahead and create this play system. I'm gonna.
Okay, wait. So ask yourself. So what? So when we're coming up with a play system, I guess. So you're asking yourself how the player is going to interact with the environment or the game. Okay. And then there was another question about the systems and trying to figure out how much okay, yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Main node. It's really useful to have a solids and nodes, right? Right? You can share the same cue stick because that's like a create a nodes, and that can be all handled through that play. Generally speaking, ball should just be part of the play system. Ball should also be like green flag. Is that a thing? You can flaunt any such thing out disappear because the players like different and no pressure at all. Okay, so like,
Okay.
what's one way we can do it? Well, I guess like we can try to do separation of concerns. This idea that okay, well the balls handle themselves, and the cue stick should handle itself, and then the controllers of the controller of the players like different, and then the camera for the players. Everything handles its own self with its own script. Okay, that's not a very good employment of separation of concerns because it's the system itself that is its own separate concern. Okay, so what I mean by that is, and a good way to kind of think of this is like if we have some kind of player or some kind of object like the ball, right? What are things that are always associated with balls? They always have a mesh, they always have a shape. Why would you separate that out?
System itself is its own concern.
Is like if we have some kind of player or some kind of object like the ball, right? What are things that are always associated with balls? They always have a mesh,
Wait.
Start, doing everything around it. So no pressure. So this one's a pretty big decision, and this one's not doing it. What's one way we can do it? Well, I guess like we can try to do separation of concerns. This idea that okay, well the balls handle themselves,
Mhm.
and the cue stick should handle itself, and then the controllers of the controller of the players, like Brandon and the camera for the players, everything handles its own self with its own script. Okay, that's not a very good employment of separation of concerns because it's the system itself that is its own separate concern.
Oh, its own separate
So
concerns.
what I mean by that is, and a good way to kind of think of this is like if we have some kind of player or some kind of object, like the ball, right? What are things that are always associated with balls? They always have a mesh, they always have a shape. Why would you separate that out? They're all just part of ball. Like, don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of this little like ball mesh thing, because it's like this mesh should be perfectly coupled to the ball, and you can even kind of like flaunt anyone who says otherwise by using a direct reference to the child inside of the parent script. It's a script on the parent. That's totally fine. And similarly, when you are kind of making these decisions, you can kind of think of it in terms of like, okay, is this component of this system always part of this system? And secondly, is this component ever part of a different system? If the answer is yes, it's always part of it, you are kind of reference to the child inside of the parent script, the script on the parent. That's totally fine. And similarly, when you are kind of making these decisions, you can kind of think of it in terms of like, okay, is this component of this system always part of this system? And secondly, is this component ever part of a different system? If the answer is yes, it's always part of the system, and no, it's never part of a different system, that's a huge green flag. Is that a thing?
Always.
I guess it depends on what part.
Part
like a red flag would be a good thing.
of
Well, green flag being no, it's never part of a different system. And secondly,
this system.
is this component ever part of a different system? If the answer is yes, it's always part of the system, and no,
Is
it's
this
never part of a different
component
system, that's a huge green
ever part of a
flag.
different system?
Green flag. I guess it depends on what part of the world you are. Like a red flag could be a good thing, right? Well, green flag being
Ever a
green
part
light. I guess some parts of the world they use.
of a
Anyways, whatever.
different
It's a good flag that says it's fine. It's probably
system.
fine for it to be coupled into that system because it's always there. It's never part of something else. And so similarly, okay, a player, like what does a player always have? Well, player always like has to deal with the cue ball. The cue ball has nothing to do, like the cue ball is always what the player has to interact with. The player is not supposed to, like this is again the rules of pool. The player should only hit the cue ball, should not hit any other ball. Okay, cool. So maybe the cue ball should just be part of the play system of the game. The cue stick, you're always going to interact with the ball with a cue. Not always, I guess you kind of pick up the ball and move it around. But the cue stick always has to do with the player, right? So generally speaking, in this case, it's like, well, maybe the cue stick and the ball should be part of the same system. Okay, the same central system that handles all of the playing specific, nodes, and that can be all handled through that play system. So that's one way to think of it. Like, let's create a play system that handles all our play specific nodes. But you might be like, okay, well, what about, should it be like a player node? Should we create a node called player because that's like a common thing? We create a node called player.
Central
Hold on to our horses
system.
for 1 second, because even though pool
Central system that handles all relevant nodes. So I guess the first thing that popped into my mind when he mentioned the like having a central system that handles everything else was like, I imagine like NPCs, not NPCs, but like specific kinds of NPCs. Maybe not specific, maybe NPCs in general. I guess it's kind of like, it feels like an object-oriented thing, like program kind of thing, where I can imagine you might have like a script for NPCs in general, like the player can talk to them, and then there are kind of just a bunch of like different checkboxes that are like, okay, does this one give you quests, or is this one something that is this one um like a companion that like accompanies you during your journeys. I remember when I was learning HTML recently, or when we were talking about HTML, and I was looking into like CSS, I learned that there are some websites that might, like if there are pages, basically if you have one central like CSS page that all of your web pages, or that your entire website references, and you don't have like any other ones, then people might be able to glean some information about like more hidden sites or pages that are like supposed to be for like, you know, like people who are authorized to see it. So it's better to have, like, you could probably have like one CSS that goes for everything, and then if it's something that you need to change about something specific, like if a specific page has something that the rest of the pages don't have, then just make another CSS file and reference it, like just reference multiple CSS files or something. That makes sense to me. So I imagine it could be the same in game programming, where you can just have, like, you can have, okay, this is an NPC, so it references the NPC script. And then if this is a special NPC that has a few extra stuff, that you can just have another script for it, maybe. So it makes sense to me, kind of. And then it saves you from having to rewrite code. Or maybe your computer from having to run basically the exact same code for two different things that it doesn't even know is the exact same code, because, you know, computer's just stupid. It has to pull up multiple references in order to read the same line of code for like different entities or something like that. It makes sense in my head, and I'm just explaining it to myself so that I know that it makes sense in my head. I'm trying to reframe so that I can learn. So I apologize if it doesn't make sense. I'm just talking to myself though. I think I get it. I get it. I get it.
Is a multiplayer game. It's a turn-based multiplayer. Only one person is playing at a time, right? So you could share the same cue state, and you certainly are sharing the same cue ball.
Okay. I have
You only have one cue ball.
I have a timer that's going off.
Right? You share the same cue state. You share the same camera because it's turn-based, right? So instead of creating like a different player mode for each player, they could even be like 8 players, that doesn't matter. They can share the same nodes, right? And if you think about it, what are the actual like discernible, like relevant differences between players? Well, in the simplest form, like the only difference really is that like one player is solids and one of them is stripes. Like whose turn it is? You know what I mean? It's just like some very basic kind of value. There's not really anything else that's different about it. You might be like, well, later you might have like an avatar for your player. Maybe you have like custom stick textures or something. Well, that's fine. That's very possible. That will end up happening. But even in that type of situation, it's still useful to have a play system that handles the playing behavior of the game, including what happens with the cue stick, what happens with the ball. And you can always remove as a separate system like a player account, which has like its avatar, which has like, you know, the cue sticks and all the junk that it has associated with it. And that can be a separate system that barely talks with the play system. It doesn't need to communicate very much with the play system, right? Because the play system should only care about how the game, not how the game works, but just how the game interacts with the player. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so that's what we're gonna. Let's go ahead and create this play system.
I have dogs.
I'm gonna create a new node
For anybody who doesn't know.
as the most generic node that can move around inside of your scene. I would
Okay.
choose node, but the play system is going to have like
Taking a 5-minute break. 5-minute brain break. Which I wish I had other music for these moments. Sorry. Hold on. Okay, I don't know what he was barking at. I should stretch. That's well, not stretch, but I should like stand up. I feel so out of it, but I think that's just a sickness. Let me see something. Kind of works. The capture is super unpredictable. I don't think I have enough time to play like Pokerogue though. Just kind of wanted to pull something up that wasn't going to, just to show that we're not like doing work, you know? Oh no. Ooh. No. and I'll have a good experience with her. Went after your dream, huh? That day is really today, isn't it? Anyway, I'll forgive you for forgetting me, but on one condition. You have to battle me. Give it your all. Wouldn't want your adventure to be over before it started, right? She's gonna kill me. Oh, maybe she won't. No, she will. I'm gonna die. You know, I'm thinking about making a turn-based combat similar to Pokemon. Yeah, our 5 minutes is already over. Fuecoco. Grew to level 7. Yippee! Learned round. Do I have a different Pokemon that I can use? Turtwig, Piplup, Scatterbug. I can't use any bugs. Soundproof. No. Oh, I might have to keep him. Okay. Sure. What does round do? Oh, wrong. I didn't mean to do that. I'm trying to figure out what it does. Stats C? C or shift? Oh, okay. User attacks the target with a song. Others can join in around it to increase its power of attack. Oh. Okay. Was it C? Oh, okay. C is the other one. What's the button oh, it was... No, it must have been Z. Okay, it was Z. Okay. Oh, no, Fuecoco. Okay, we'll withdraw first. It's not very effective, that's good. But I guess something that I might struggle with. Oh no. I've never been a big Pokemon fan, so I don't know if I'd be able to make something that was good enough. Or not, I could make something good enough, but I probably have to choose a different game to reference. Or I'd have to think about my choices. Pound. Water pulse. 30, 35. We can just do pound. My jaw dropped. No way. I told you she was gonna kill me. Oh my god. Okay, but since I have... Okay. Whimsmer grew to level 5. Whimsmer learned Echoed Voice. Yay, congrats. You defeated rival Ivy. You just started and you're already this strong? Totally cheated, didn't you? I did. Just kidding. I lost fair and square. I have a feeling you're gonna do really well out there. By the way, the professor wanted me to give you some items. Hopefully they're helpful. Do your best like always. I believe in you. Thanks, Ivy. Super XP charm. XP all. Any revives. I don't have enough? Oops. I should have chose wiser. Whoops. Piplup or Turtwig? Actually, I should get some potions too. And then Pipluck or Turtwig. I'll give it to Turtwig. Apply. Ooh, silicone. Yes. I'll probably have to give it to Fuecoco. But I also need to move forward. Tackle? I just want to catch this one and then we'll move on. Probably. Actually, I won't. I'll just kill it. Silicone fainted. Fuecoco gained 161 EXP points, experience points. Fuecoco grew to level 8. Whimsmer grew to level 6. Scatterbug grew to level 3. Turtwig grew to level 6. Five Pokeballs, Potion, Super Lure. Do not want that. I have 6 in my inventory right now. Here, Turtwig. Oh, this is a boss. Fuecoco is probably my strongest. And actually now I have to save and quit. Okay, it's time to get back to work. Whoa, that's new.
Nodes. Scene. Node 3D.
Oh, we're making a new one?
Node that can move around inside of your scene. I would choose node, but the play system is going to have like nodes as children that move around, and so they should be able to reference their parent transform. And node 3D is the most basic 3D node that has a transform. So I'm going to click create. I'm going to change its name to play system. I want the cue ball to be part of the play system. So with the first ball selected, I'm actually going to drag it into play system, and I'm going to change the ball's name to cue ball. And I suppose I want to remove the texture from it. Remove the texture from it. When we have the ball scene, I'm going to make the default texture just like empty, and actually the default material is blue. So
I don't remember. I think I'm doing this.
don't clear the whole appearance. I mean, I guess we could do the screen. I'm gonna zero out the texture. So that it's white ball is just I'm gonna hit play, make sure that doesn't because it's trying to apply like mel to the texture out. Should maybe do that. I mean, I guess we I want the cue ball to be part of the system. So with the first ball selected, I'm actually going to drag it into play system, and I'm going to change the ball's name to cue ball. I suppose I want to use the texture.
Actually, don't remember.
The ball mesh selected under material. I'm going to don't clear the whole. I'm going to get I'm going to zero out. So that is zero.
I don't remember. Am I supposed to make a copy of this?
Never move the play system. The play system isn't going to move around. This is not the player. The player is not going to walk around the table. The play system is just going to remain 0, 0, 0, and that's going to make it more consistent across the balls, so we can all share a transform that is within the same reference.
Oh, wait. I understand. Wait, I think I understand.
The cue ball can still. But by having it child in the play system, we're basically coupling it to the play system so that we can modify it associated with the ball from the play system's script.
I think I'm making another one.
Very cool. Save it. We're gonna start.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I made another one. Cool. I forgot how to do it. But I think what I did just now, I'll move this one somewhere else. I forgot it's a scene in the like file system. So I just grabbed it from the scene and then made a new instance of that scene. Okay, maybe. I think that's what I did. And I don't know if I need to, because it's already like a white ball. I think for this one. Okay. Cool. So that's the 8-ball right now. And then this is the cue ball. Which is in this the play system. Okay. I'm following. I'm so logged in.
First thing that we're gonna do. I think the most fun thing to do is hit the ball. So let's go ahead and hit the ball. And we have our nodes. We have places to hit. But like, where should we hit the script? Should the cue ball handle hitting itself? And that's a really, you know, I said in the tutorial that like this node is big and can handle itself. And generally that's a pretty good idea, but it might be like, okay, well, the ball isn't big, can't control itself. It can shoot itself, right? And that's maybe one way you want to do that. But here's the problem. By having ball.gd, remember this ball.gd script is supposed to apply to all balls. You're not supposed to hit any of the other balls. So if there's going to be code inside the ball.gd that has to do with hitting balls, it should only work on the cue ball. So you might be like, okay, well, you just have something in there that says, like, if it's the cue ball. No. Generally, you do not want to work like that. You don't want to have, like, a script that works for, like, all characters, and then you say, like, well, if it's a player, if it's an NPC, all, like, within one script. No. That's not a good idea. You might be like, well, I mean, you could always
Oh no, my phone's dead.
you know, cue ball extends ball, and then cue ball script. Maybe cue ball class or the don't get the ball can only in Godot can only possess one script. All balls can possess the ball.gd script. Keep the ball script as just all balls as possible. It should, like, the things that are in the script should apply to all the balls. The cue ball, the only thing specific about the cue ball is play with the cue ball. So anything that has to do with playing with the cue ball should be in the play system. It's okay for the play system to handle the cue ball. You might be like, well, I thought the ball should handle itself. No, it's okay. The play system can handle the cue ball. It makes things a lot more straightforward and streamlined. It's okay for some things that work outside as long as they're part of the same system. The cue ball is part of the play system. So with the play system selected, I'm going to click on this create new script button, and by default, I don't know why. First of all, I'm going to back to C, which is like, it should just assume I wanted scripts because the last script scripts for it, but also, why is it doing Pascal case in their own, Godot's own style guide? They recommend using snake case script. So, okay, I'm going to click on the little folder, choose folder, instead of C, go back to scripts. Instead of play system, Pascal case, snake case, because that's the less likely to have properties. But some error, but capitalizations. Play system like 3D, standard 3D, very good. Well, delete everything. I don't like to look at it. You know, it's like when you go around the corner. Are you somebody who like screams when you're startled? I'm someone who deletes code. Whoa, delete.
Wait, I stopped paying attention. I was kind of paying attention. I understood some of it. Let me think. So it was just talking about simplicity, doing things for simplicity's sake. So whether or not, so the cue ball shouldn't, like, we shouldn't have, we should avoid having scripts that say, if do this, if it's this kind of thing, then do this. It should just be a script that says do this, and then it's referenced by everything that's relevant to it or something. I don't know. I kind of got it. I almost got it. I got it. I like to think that I got it. This is why it takes me so long to do this stuff.
This ball.gd script should be, but like, where should we put this script? Should cue ball handle hitting itself? And that's a really, you know, I said in the beginner tutorial that like this node is big and it can handle itself, and generally that's a pretty good idea. But you might be like, okay, well the ball isn't itself, shoot itself, right? And that's maybe one way you want to do that. But here's the problem. By having ball.gd, remember this ball.gd script is supposed to be applied to all balls. You're not supposed to hit any of the other balls. Right? So if there's going to be code inside the ball.gd that has to be hitting balls, it should only work on the cue ball.
Right.
So you might be like, okay, well you just have something in there that says like if it's the cue ball.
No.
You do not want to work like that.
Okay.
You don't want to have like a script that works for like all characters, and then you say like, well, if it's a player character, if it's you see all like within one script. No, don't do that.
Okay.
You might be like, well, I mean, you could always extend. You could always say like, you know, cue ball extends ball, and then cue ball script, something like that, or maybe cue ball like this class or video. Don't get the ball can only in Godot can only possess one script, and all balls can possess the ball.gd script. Keep the ball script as just all balls as possible.
Right.
Like the things that are in the script should apply to all the balls. The cue ball, the only thing specific about the cue ball is you play with the cue ball. So anything that has to do with playing with the cue ball should be in the play system. It's okay for the play system to handle the cue ball. You might be like, well, I thought the ball should handle itself. No, it's okay. The play system can handle the cue ball. It makes things a lot more straightforward and streamlined. Okay for some things that work outside as long as they're part of the same concrete system. The cue ball is part of the play system. So with the play system selected, I'm going to click on this little create new script.
Okay, that's what I'm doing right now.
I don't know why, but first of all, it's putting me back in scenes, which is like, it should just assume I want scripts because the last script I made, I put it inside of the scripts folder. But also, why is it doing Pascal case in their own, in Godot's own style guide? They recommend using snake case for scripts. So okay, I'm going to click on the little new file folder. Choose folder. Instead of scenes, I'm going to go back to scripts. Instead of play system being Pascal case, I'm going to do snake case because that's the implementation. Less than that, problems. Some error about capitalization and some play system.gd extends good. We'll delete everything.
Everything's already deleted. Wow.
I don't like to look at it. You know, it's like when you go around the corner. Are you somebody who like screams when you're startled? I'm someone who deletes code. Whoa, delete. Ah. All right. What do we need to do? I want to be able to shoot the ball. So here's one of these things. Is like, should I access the ball by doing like this? We did that, and I was like, aren't that? Well, we did that for the ball, because the ball is very simple. Structure. This play system can, like, we're probably going to change our mind a lot. There's going to be cue sticks, there's probably going to be cameras, there's probably going to be other stuff, fancy stuff. Where are we going to put the cue ball? Who knows? So, let's actually not be lazy. Let's expose a variable to the editor, which allows me to reference the ball directly without.
Ooh, wait, before he does that, I think, is it the at export one?
So we can do this by doing export, just like
Okay.
So now when I do this, and I say from the main scene, I can drag with the play system selected, and we can see cue ball here. I can click and drag cue ball, and we don't have to do this like node path thing anymore, which is awesome with Godot, the newer versions of Godot. I kind of click and drag, and since it's a rigid body 3D, it allows me to drag it on there. You'll see that cue ball is now referencing specifically the node called cue ball. If we were to put like, well, do you want to do something with it yet? Well, if I were to, just to show you, if I were to drag cue ball into like the main scene, that's a dumb idea, but it's still referencing cue ball. Okay.
Wait a second. Run that back.
If you, it's drag, well, now, like, and since it's a rigid body 3D, it allows me to drag cue ball, and we don't have to do this like node path. I guess. And well, we can't say equal because we want it to be something you can drag in, and it's a rigid body 3D. That's what it is. So now when I do this, I say from the main scene, I click and drag with the play system selected, and you can see cue ball here. I can click and drag cue ball, and we don't have to do this like node path thing anymore, which is awesome with Godot, newer versions of Godot. You can kind of click and drag, and since it's a rigid body 3D, it allows me to drag it on there. You'll see that cue ball is now referencing specifically the node called cue ball. If we were to put like, well, do you want to do something with it yet? Well, if I were to, just to show you, if I were to drag cue ball like that's a dumb idea, but it's still referencing cue ball. Okay. So if you change the, entire fact, it stays.
Oh, that's cool.
What do we want to do? We want to make it so that we shoot the ball.
Before he does that, I have to make sure I'm understanding what's going on here. So this first thing, so the export, I'm fine. I'm understanding that this is something that creates something here, in the inspector or whatever, for us to be able to change. Whoops. Easily. I think I remember it would be good for the what's it called, for like game designers or something. It just makes everything easier in the context of the what's it called, maybe. So instead of fiddling around with like the code itself, you can just access the little menu. You just gotta know which menu to access. And if I go here, if I go into the play system node menu, then I'll see the things that I've exported over here, the things that are probably going to be referenced in the what's it called, in the play system. And then right now I'm creating a variable within the script, which is creating a variable within the script which references something specific. And I'm just telling them that it's going to be a rigid body 3D, which is whatever this is. Yeah. A 3D physics body. Okay. 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 Creates a variable within the script that probably references. Oh, hi. Hi, Zed. Let's see. Creates a variable within the script which I guess it either references. I miss you too. So I really do. I miss you too. I hope you're doing okay. Feel like a lot's happened. Definitely a lot's happened because it's been a long time. But I hope everything's going well.
Something really cool. The main scene, I guess. And it's a rigid body 3D. That's what it is. So now when I do this,
Yes, we definitely got to catch up soon. I honestly I haven't been too bad. I've been worse, but I think the fact that I'm streaming right now is a sign that it ain't that bad. So we're all good. I'm all good. Trying to get on the grind or whatever. Let's see. Creates a variable within the script which references and slash or true. I got so excited when I got a notification of your stream. I'm glad. That makes me happy. I was I know it's been like a few months since I streamed, but I was supposed to do it last week, and then I didn't do it last week, so I was like, I have to do it this week no matter what. So I'm trying to I was gonna say I'm trying to get some homework done. This is not homework. This is not homework, but it is important. So it counts. It counts. Which references and or allows us. At least you're doing something. True. Gotta celebrate the small things, the small wins. Within this or allows us to change or alter a node. Let me change something. When I was doing test messages with the chat, all of my messages were short, so they didn't cover up so much of the screen. I feel like I need to make it smaller. Only a smidgen. But it's not a bad size. It's a pretty good size. There we go. That should be good. And now it's time for another brain break. Creates a variable within the script which references and or allows us to alter a node. Okay. Brain break time. I can allow this to keep going. Ooh, I know what I should do. Maybe whenever I'm taking a break, I should image 2. I'll just put this on the screen. Probably. I feel like this is a lot. There's a lot going on the screen right now. Either this or the other one. Maybe the other one. It itches your brain just right. Okay, I think that was technically the intention. Cause I was like, cause since I'm doing like basically boring work, not boring work, it's not that boring, but that's definitely why I had like the gameplay on the side. But I'm also watching a YouTube tutorial, so now I need an extra little slot for that. I imagine the music is good for it too. This is a wonderful playlist. Okay, let me stand up. I need to work out my body more. I feel like I was gonna say I feel like I'm getting old. I don't feel like I'm getting old. I just feel like I don't move enough. I also need food. It's 2:08 right now. Let me do just a little 5-minute. It's a nice day outside. Okay. I need to eat. So I was thinking about getting Panera because I'm craving cheddar broccoli soup. But I just had Panera, so I don't know if I'm craving it that much. And I'm also thinking about getting pizza for me and my family. So I don't know if I have Panera funds on top of it. It's declared but never used in the class. Oh, it's okay. What else? $123. Oh, we're supposed to get as far as $131. So we have a little less than 10 minutes left in the tutorial. And I have technically maybe 30 minutes or so left in the stream. Let me check my funds. Okay. Okay. I can get Panera. I think. Definitely. Food is important. Gotta eat. Gotta eat. Gotta eat. Gotta eat. So I will eat. I know my younger brother's gonna come in the house looking at me all crazy, watching me chow down on this Panera after I said I don't have any money. That's his problem, not mine. If I get him pizza, it doesn't matter. Actually. Planning to order a bunch of food today and then try to go grocery shopping tomorrow. So I also need to... What do I need to do? I need to make a grocery list and like a little meal plan, so I know what we're gonna eat. And I think what I want to do is make a meal plan for like the next 2 weeks or something, and then I want to try to go to the grocery store every 2 weeks. Maybe. And hopefully I need to get a job. I'll figure that out. Lots of things to figure out. Oof. Let me see. I feel like this is a little louder than I want it to be. Five minutes is up. My dog is sitting behind my chair. I'll do one more stretch before I get back to work. Oh, there's so much dust on my computer. I need to get a can of air for my stuff. I got so much dust all over it. Okay. This time I'm not gonna put on a timer, because I basically have until 2:30, and then I have to leave.
As I was saying, from the main scene, I can click and drag with the play system selected, and we can see cue ball here. I can click and drag cue ball, and we don't have to do this like node path thing anymore, which is awesome with Godot, the newer versions of Godot. You can kind of click and drag, and since it's a rigid body 3D, it allows me to drag it on there. You'll see that cue ball is now referencing specifically the node called cue ball. If we were to put like, well, do we want to do something with it yet? Well, if I were to, just to show you, if I were to drag cue ball like into like the main scene, that's a dumb idea, but it's still referencing cue ball. Okay. So if you change the the hierarchy of your nodes after the fact, it stays attached, which is really cool. Okay, well, what do we want to do? We want to make it so that we shoot the ball. So let's create an action inside of our project settings that has to do with shooting balls. So we put project settings, and under the input map, I'm going to add a new action. I'm going to call it shoot. I guess. Click add. It's going to be like, oh, we have a new built-in action called not built-in, it's a custom action called shoot with a little plus, and we can make it like, I guess, click. I'll just click on that and be like, ooh, that's what I wanted, the left mouse button for shooting. Very good. Okay. Shooting as left mouse, like that should just be a built-in action. It's like all games have that. Like I bet even Rocket League, has a reason to click in order to shoot. I'm kidding, probably doesn't. But anyways, click close. And
Left mouse
so we
button?
have this new
Okay.
for our, we have this shoot action in order to shoot. Click on that and be like, ooh, that's what I want. Shoot. Our project settings that has to do with shooting balls. So we put project settings, And under the input map, I'm going to add a new action. I'm going to call it shoot. Click add. It's going to be like, oh, we have a new built-in action called, not built-in, it's a custom action called shoot with a little plus, and you can make it like, I guess, click. I'll just click on that and go, ooh, that's what I wanted, left mouse button. For shooting. Very good. Click OK. Shooting as left mouse, like that should just be a built-in action. It's like all games have that. I bet even Rocket League, you know, has a reason to click in order to shoot. I'm kidding.
What is this?
But anyways, click close. And okay, so we have this new thing for our we have this shoot action. Okay, so when should we do the shoot action? Well, any moment. Yeah, let's just say like let's go into process delta, you know, whatever.
Okay, I remember process delta. I'm pretty sure. I'm so certain I remember what that one is. Well, I guess I'll just listen to what he has to say. But I wish I remembered it. I'm pretty sure process is called upon every time the what's it called, detects any kind of input, or not any kind of input. It just process No, I don't remember. Dang it. I kind of remember, but I don't really remember.
I'm going to ask the question: if input dot res is action just shoot. Godot just crashed, anybody. That's what happened.
That's not good.
On my screen, and it's not editing it out. Reopen. Reanimate. 3D pool. Try that again. It's like it was telling me, like, don't put it in process, you dummy.
Oh, should I not put it in process?
Godot, like, you're not the boss of me. I do what I want. I play pool. I play pool because that's what I want to do. Godot. Let's try that again.
Okay.
Folks. All right. If input dot is action just pressed. Shoot, I'm gonna hit enter. This time it didn't die. All right. It's like shoot. I shot Godot. It's like Godot. Just killed it. Oh man. All right. Well, what are we gonna do? When we shoot the ball, we're gonna assume that this shoot works. So I'm actually just gonna go on ahead for the sake of time. We're gonna apply some kind of like force to the ball, right? So cue ball. It knows it's a rigid body, so there's like stuff. Look, there's apply central force. What? Apply central impulse. What the heck is the difference between apply central force and apply central impulse? The answer to that question is actually not as much as you probably think. Some of you may have heard that you apply an impulse when you want some like instantaneous momentum, because you learned in physics class.
Hold on.
Instantaneous momentum.
I didn't take physics
And,
class.
like, if you want to like do one big shot, do impulse. If you want to like do some shot over time, do force. And in fact, I'm just gonna actually control look at it. It'll be like applies a directional force without affecting rotation. It's time dependent, meant to be applied at a physics update. Applies it over time. And like some of you may have heard that you apply an impulse when you want some like instantaneous momentum, because you learned in physics class that it's like instantaneous momentum. And like if you want to like do one big shot, do impulse. If you want to like do some shot over time, do force. And in fact, I'm just gonna actually control click look at it. It'll be like applies a directional force without affecting rotation. It's time dependent, meant to be applied every physics update. Apply central impulse, an impulse that's time independent! Exclamation point here. Is that so hyperbolic?
Let's see. Central force Applies directional force without affecting rotation. The force is time dependent and meant to be applied every physics update. Uh-huh.
Did I write this documentation? Alright, applying an impulse every frame would result in a frame rate dependent force. Like, you can say whatever you want, but I've actually looked through a number of physics engines in the source code of the physics engine. It's kind of funny what you find. Like, when you look at the difference between an impulse and a force, sometimes it's just this, like, apply central impulse is just force times 100. It's just like apply central force, but they just like do an alias and they just like multiply it by 100. Sometimes they just set the velocity, because like ultimately that's what an impulse is doing. It's like adding to the velocity directly, right? So some of them just add to the velocity, whatever you type. It's like the funniest thing that's happening. So don't expect it to be some kind of like actual, you know, true to life like physics thing. That's probably like add to velocity. You could add to velocity if you want. And what are we gonna apply to it? I'm just gonna like be clear what I'm adding. It expects a vector, right? That's what it says. Like it needs to be a vector because.
Hold on. Central force, directional force without affecting rotation. A force is time dependent. And meant to be applied every physics update. Okay. Oh, and impulse is right underneath it. Whoops. Apply directional impulse without affecting rotation. Directional. So both directional. Centrals, both directional. Without affecting rotation. Force is time dependent. And meant to be applied every physics update. An impulse is also time dependent. Wait, it's time independent. Okay. Okay. And then I think he said earlier that a force was something you want to do over time. Over time question mark, instant momentum question mark. And then impulse is time independent. Okay. Time independent. Time dependent. Okay. So, I don't think I completely understand, but maybe that's because I don't care too much for physics. I probably just have to experiment on my own or listen to what this guy have to say. Or I could look up somebody explaining it. Probably.
We're working it like impulse and a force. Sometimes it's just
Excuse me.
like apply central impulse is just force times 100. It's just like apply central force, but they just like do an alias and they just like multiply it by 100. Sometimes they just set the velocity, because and it meant to be applied every physics update. Apply central impulse, an impulse that's time independent exclamation point. Did I write this documentation? Alright, applying an impulse every frame would result in a frame rate dependent force. Like, you can say whatever you want, but I've actually looked through a number of in the source code of it's kind of funny. Like, when you look at the difference between an impulse and a force, sometimes it's just this, like apply central impulse. Impulse is just force times 100. It's just like apply central force, but they just like do an alias and they just like multiply it by 100. Sometimes they just set the velocity, because like ultimately that's what an impulse is doing. It's like adding to the velocity directly, right? So some of them just add to the velocity, whatever you type.
Okay,
It's like
so an
the funniest thing
impulse
happening behind the scenes. So don't
sometimes
think
adds to
this is
the
gonna be
velocity
like,
directly.
you know, true to life like physics thing. It's probably not. It's probably just something like just add to velocity or something. You just add to velocity if you want. Like I don't care. And what are we gonna apply to it? I'm just gonna like be clear what I'm adding. It expects a vector, right? That's what it says. Like it needs to be a vector because we're working in 3D, folks. Okay, we gotta apply the impulse on the center of the ball, basically the center of mass of the ball, in some direction. Like we could apply impulse, but then it would choose like where on the ball am I hitting it? And yeah, sure, we could make a really cool pool game where we like chip the ball and it, like spins around and does fancy stuff. Okay, you can add that later, but we're just gonna hit the center of the ball every time. So let's call it impulse vector. Dance around because I have to look at that. Impulse vector and what am I doing? Impulse vector, vector 3. If I like just get up and run because I think about it. All right. Let's do impulse vector. Does that make you uneasy that I even mentioned that? Let's apply impulse vector directly. Now, like I did 1 here because I'm just gonna apply like 1 whatever the heck impulse is, like whatever unit it's using for the impulse like thing, impulse function behind the scenes. Just apply 1 in the x direction. Okay, let's do that. Hit plus, like, then I'm gonna like, hey look, oh my god, the white hits the ketchup. Ah, get out of here! Oh. Apply 1 in the x direction. Okay, let's do that. Hit plus.
Oh, and then you put input. Okay, he's moving too fast.
The white hits the ketchup. Ah, get out of here! Oh.
And it keeps getting rid of my my second thing.
Something fun just turns something dangerous. Kids playing and that stuff happens.
Oh, I see. Oh, it only goes in that direction,
So,
probably because.
where were we? Okay, so
Wait a
it doesn't
second.
shoot the ball. It doesn't shoot at all in the right direction though.
Yeah.
So that's one of the problems.
So does it matter where I click? No, it doesn't. I don't have to aim the ball at all.
I'll be all right.
Okay. Maybe because this is 3-element structure. I don't know what the okay. The properties are X, Y, and Z. So I'm gathering that it I feel like since X is 1 and Y and Z are 0, it doesn't go any other direction. But let me check the other thing. Probably the ball. So what will happen if I change it to Z? Which one is Z? Okay, what will happen if I change the value of Z as well? The fact that it doesn't close my thing anymore is kind of bothering me. Like really bad. Oh, okay, I see. So it's dependent on which one you press. Okay. And then I also want to change this to force just to see how it will be different. Yeah, hold on. Maybe I must have pressed something. Okay. Oh, it's because I hit the insert button. I hate the insert button. Ugh. I must have hit it by accident. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Ah, I get it. Okay, I see. So, since I have it as one, okay. Oh, you can't see it. My bad. You can't see it. My bad. Let me change it to gaming. Okay, now you can see it. Let me redo this. Okay. So you can see anything that happened. So right now, after changing the so it was 101. I don't know if you could see it on his thing, because it was so small, but having it one, which is the y-axis. Is it the one? No, that's the x. So the first one is, I wish I had like a pen or something to draw on. Let me sure. I take a screenshot of this and then make it full screen. Okay. So basically what would happen is for central impulse y-axis, no, not the y-axis, the x-axis, it's like back. Oof. No. Okay. So vector vector 3, and then it's x, y, and z. Okay, vector 3 x, y, z. So when this one is 1 and the rest of these are 0, it made the ball go this way. Like it went this way and it only went this way, and it also knocked into this ball. That doesn't really matter. And then when I changed it so that these, no, not this, these two, so that this one and this one are both 1 and this one is 0 or something. Sorry, this one's 0 and then these two are both 1. The ball would go this way. And also, when it's impulse, so I didn't really understand the impulse thing. But when it was impulse, it was just like he said, where impulse is like an instantaneous movement. So the ball, like, immediately it went this way and then it just kept going this way, I think. I'll have to test it again. But so out of curiosity, I changed it to force, and then it went just this way a little bit. And then I had to press it again to make it go this way a little bit. And then press it again, and then it went this way a little bit more. But for force, I had to do it all the time. Like, it would just go, like, I think it was basically pushing itself towards, like, pushing itself over by 1, like, every frame or so. I don't know. But I'm experimenting and I'm learning. It's cool. I really do enjoy doing this. That's crazy. So I think I have it set to, I have it set to central force right now. So actually, if I do this, we'll see. So it doesn't matter where I click on the screen, it will just move a little bit. So it moved a little bit, and now it's kind of slowly still moving in the direction, but I think it's kind of slowing down. I don't know nothing about physics or how the physics engine works, but it's completely stopped moving now. So I press it again, and now it's moving a little bit, and then it's going to do that again. So if I keep pressing it, if I keep spamming the button, now it's going. And then as it said before, applies a directional force. Force is time dependent, so I did meant to be applied every physics update. So it was applied for that physics update and whatever. And then this one will just go that way for a little bit or something. I don't really, I don't get the physics part, but I get I get how it works. So I guess we'll move this back to 0. So what I think I can expect is food's on the way. What I think I can expect moving forward for the tutorial is that it will probably we'll probably be changing these vector, what's it called? Like the vector values based off of variables that are probably dependent on our what's it called? On where we have the Q stick, or where we're aiming the Q stick. Probably. Oh, maybe they're already outside. My app might not have updated. No, they're still on the way. So I feel like I could expect that one, it to move a little bit. Oh, and we're like basically at the cusp of where I wanted to end. I got, yay! This is going well for me. Like the stream is kind of going as planned. It ended up going as planned at the end, which is good. So I understand impulse. I guess, like in my head, I'm wondering what I might use it for. But I can imagine I just use it for like things that are like fun, little details. And I still need to write notes. So we'll close this. Control W this. You are so loud. Come here. Process called upon during the processing step of the main loop. Processing happenings at every frame and as fast as possible. So the delta time, since the previous frame is not constant, delta is in seconds. It's only called if processing is enabled. Okay. I feel like process is a node that I was supposed to have known from that one tutorial that I did. Or maybe it was delta that was explained to me, but I don't really remember. I should take notes. I did take notes, but I don't know where my notes are. I literally have no idea. Okay, QB. Excuse me. I can't hold your head like this. Oof. But kind of makes sense. I think the process. Okay. Process is just happening all the time. Sure. Oh, I was supposed to say, I thought my dasher hadn't moved. Hope they're okay. I'm sure they're okay. They're still making their way over here. Dog, move. 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 Thank you. Don't. No. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Don't do it. You're loud. You're so loud. Okay. So this is... Okay, is action just pressed? Obviously. I don't think I really need to figure out what that means. I will say, if... Because I think this is different. This is definitely different from another one, which hopefully I have a picture of it that I can do, or that I can look at instead of pulling up the project itself. They're outside. Oh, they're so outside. I got my super so back. We are so back. Feel like I'm like, now that I don't have my earbuds in, I'm like, oh, I sound so sick. I think I will do my comments on here. Okay. Oh, wait. I don't have a hotkeys. Starting soon studying. There we are. We're back. Okay. Checking for input event. I guess. Checking for specific input event. Okay. And then we created a variable. Creates variable representing ooh a vector 3 value, I guess. What is a vector 3 value? 3D vector using floating point coordinates. A 3-element structure that can be used to represent 3D coordinates. Okay. Oh, okay. Representing 3D coordinate values? 3D coordinate values? Let's see. Checking for specific input event. Creates variable representing 3D coordinate values. Okay. I see. And then this is our variable cue ball. Apply central impulse to our rigid body. Okay, to our physics. Okay. I guess this is like transforming it in a way. Apply central impulse, we kind of already looked at that, but adds a directional impulse without affecting rotation. Equivalent to using apply impulse at body center mass. Okay. What is these? Ouch. Okay. Cue ball. So our cue ball is our variable within the script. Allows us to alter a node. Well, I guess a physics body. Let's just say a node. Sure. Cue ball, apply central impulse vector. Close this rigid body. Apply central force, apply central impulse. Okay. Rolling an impulse every frame would result in a frame rate dependent force. No. Directional impulse without effective rotation. I guess I will say that it will push our it'll push our ball in the direction specified in the vector 3. It will push our ball in the direction specified in the, what's it called? Specified in the parameter. That would be correct. Parameter? Is that it? Maybe? Param? Ooh, it's almost time. Okay, I'm going to unlock a door because I have to make sure that my brother can get in. And then I have to go. Actually, we might I think it might be time to go. Yeah, I think it's time to go. I gotta go. I had fun. I enjoyed the stream. Thank you. I gotta go. Bye-bye. Okay, I still have a little bit of time. I don't want my brother to be like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? or something, you know? But thank you for watching the stream. This is going to be unlisted on YouTube, so I don't know who all is going to see the VOD, but if you are watching the VOD, appreciate it. I kind of liked doing this. I will definitely work to manage my time a little bit better, so that I can keep doing this. Hopefully we play a game next time. Thank you again. Bye bye.